Hi, everyone. This is Jeff Clark of the Paydirt Prospector newsletter. I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum in beautiful Vancouver, BC, and I'm here with the CEO, Taj Singh of First Nordic Metals. Taj, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
Great. Taj, the first thing I want to talk about is if anybody is not familiar, doesn't know you, tell us about your background because you've had some notable successes in this industry.
Yeah, it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of right time, and so prior to First Nordic here being CEO of First Nordic, I was at Discovery Silver, where I was the founding president and CEO,
Yeah.
the world's biggest silver deposit in Mexico, and now it's moving towards construction. But we took Discovery public in 2017 or so at about 5-10 million market cap.
Wow, that was
Made
quick.
I know, grew it. Made a great acquisition of it's actually interesting. It's pretty similar to First Nordic, but it was an asset that kind of was forgotten, had a lot of work done on it. And then we kind of re-envisioned it and said, this is our plan for it, and executed on a plan. So, and ended up taking Discovery within a couple of years, 2-3 years, to over 800 million market
Yeah.
cap.
That was
And
fantastic.
it's put it on the map as one of the preeminent kind of silver names out there, and they're moving towards construction.
Yeah.
And I was there, over 5 years, close to 6 years. So that was that. And at the same time, kind of in parallel, I was one of the founding directors of GT Gold in the Golden Triangle of BC. And that one was even faster. But 3 years after going IPO in 2017, we sold it to Newmont for over $450 million. So
Wow, that's great.
that was great. Right place, right time as well, and an amazing team there. And prior to that, I worked at Timmins Gold, which is, despite the name, was in Mexico. For 6 years, I was a vice president there, and that then ended up being acquired by Argonaut, which then subsequently was acquired by Alamos. So it's all been eaten up
Yeah.
by bigger companies. And prior to that, I was an analyst, so I got a lot of capital markets experience. I worked at Macquarie Capital Markets. Got to cover 25, 30 names and really understand them and dig deep. And then prior to that, first 10 years of my career, I worked at the big diversified we all know as Vale. It was actually Inco before, and then Vale acquired us. So I spent 10 years there working at operations in Brazil, Indonesia, Australia, all through Canada. Big operations. So
Wow, wide array of experience here. So, but speaking of going fast, you guys have gone fast here with First Nordic. We met in Frankfurt last year, and I said, well, I'll watch. And then all of a sudden, this company explodes. You've made a lot of progress. You have a lot of catalysts. I don't think we can go through everything here in 10 minutes, but let's get the highlights, starting with that Barcelay, is that how you pronounce it?
correct, yeah.
Project and what's going on there.
Yeah, so First Nordic, the kind of main thesis of First Nordic Metals is we're kind of trying to build what we call Europe's next gold camp. We're focused on Sweden. We have a really good project in Finland too, but our focus right now is on the Swedish project package. It's on the Gold Line belt. And First Nordic was created in 2024, early 2024, with the merger of Barcelay Minerals and Gold Line Resources. It was a very obvious and synergistic M&A. A lot of people use those terms, but it actually made sense. You had the Barcelay project in the middle of the belt, 2.5 million ounces, in a JV with Agnico Eagle that was owned by Barcelay, and Gold Line had all the land, 40 kilometers to the north, 50 kilometers to the south, around it, all along this Gold Line belt. So then put it together, now you're the sole owner, effectively, of 100 kilometers of greenstone belt that hasn't been explored. And to put it in perspective, if we were in Ontario, Quebec, you'd have 15 companies on it, and like I said, 100 million ounces of production there. So it's one of the last frontiers. So that's the whole thesis is we think there's Barcelay there, we think Barcelay's going to grow, and we think there's 3-4 more Barcelay lookalikes that just haven't been found yet, and it's our job to go find it.
It's amazing. There's so much unexplored territory there, or underexplored. It's just opening up. More companies are getting interested. You have a lot you can do there, right?
Oh, it's honestly, it's things have suddenly, it was always kind of the general impression of the Nordics was it's slow, and are they really into mining? It's like they've become so pro mining. And it's such cheap drilling costs. When you move to production, such low operating costs, low taxation, and if you actually look at it, Sweden has been like mining since like over 1,000 years ago, 1,200 years ago. Some of the massive copper and iron mines are there, and Finland's pretty similar. It's number 2 in terms of metals and mining output, and Sweden's number 1. So a lot of people don't know that. It's not a typical jurisdiction that people would know about, but it's been amazing to work there. And like I visit there pretty often, and I'm finding it to be a great place to operate, and they're really on board to move stuff forward.
So, talk real quickly about the political environment there. It really has changed. Maybe other parts of Europe aren't so pro mining, but Sweden and Finland really are, and it's really opened up. There's really no reason for someone to be scared about political risk for Sweden or Finland. Am I right?
No, I think it's actually the opposite. If you think about some places in Central America, Africa,
Right.
South America,
Even parts of
even Mexico
America,
had a problem, right?
Right.
I was there for close to 10 years, both with Timmins and Discovery, and then it became a problem, right? The whole open pit issue. Sweden and Finland is actually the opposite. It's a first world jurisdiction, very clear and transparent permitting. You got to do your stuff properly, but if you do it, you're moving ahead. Like I treat it pretty much akin to Canada, and to be honest, probably better than some provinces of Canada. There's
Probably so at
Yeah.
this point, yeah.
So, and they're looking for business now. And I think Sweden kind of saw Finland, it worked, and M&A got hot in Finland. And I think Sweden's kind of trying to say, let's do the same.
Yeah.
So they're actually really pushing stuff ahead.
And you're going to list in Sweden here very shortly, right? And as I understand it, that'll probably bring in a lot of buyers. They like mining stocks. And your project will be right in their backyard.
No, it's actually a perfect fit. The Swedish Stockholm listing is called the Nasdaq First North Growth Market. Exactly. There's not many miners on there. We'd be one of there's a handful of names. And there's a lot of benefits that's, retail investors in Sweden have to buy stocks. For example, they can buy a stock. If they hold it for a year, no tax, no capital gains tax.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
things
I wish
like
I had
that. Exactly. And there's a lot of high net worth, individuals there that would love to support Sweden. And this is Sweden's largest gold deposit, second largest deposit in all of Europe, gold deposit. It's just a perfect natural
And that
fit.
listing is coming soon, am I right?
Correct, yeah. So it's Q1, fingers crossed, kind of late Feb, early March. But yeah, Q1, we're moving towards that. And I think it's going to be great. Yeah, we'll get a lot of exposure.
Another potential catalyst is you're in talks with Agnico Eagle. You're partners now. There might be something coming there, but that could be another potential catalyst in the near future. Am I right?
Definitely, yeah. There was already a couple of years back, the predecessor company, one of them, Barsley Minerals, the predecessor to FNM, already had kind of a deal worked out and actually announced, and it just didn't work out in terms of getting the funding at that time. But Agnico is already now, they're an 11% shareholder of us. Last year they became it. That was a big milestone for us. I think they like our business plan and see what we're doing. And we've been there at the project level with them for years, right? So the plan is, I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion that this project is going to become a mine. Barsley will become a mine.
Yeah.
Let's accelerate its advancement. And maybe the best way is First Nordic, smaller, nimble junior,
Yeah.
takes it and pushes it forward very fast. Well, Agnico is focused on its current operations and has a big focus on Canada.
Yeah.
And they're big equity holders, right? And so
Yeah.
and if they need and want to come back at any time,
Yeah,
fine.
they could.
Otherwise, I think it's actually the best for the project if we push it.
You are well cashed up. You have a very aggressive drilling program this year, right?
25,000 meter drill program at least, hopefully even more, which makes it one of the largest in all of Europe and probably in the space, probably one of the largest. So 3 to potentially 4 different targets, new discoveries possible that have all the work that you need to do pre-drilling has been done. There's actually even one that's already had a discovery that we're following up on. And these are all the ones that the Barsi look alike. So it could be really exciting this year if we come across something.
Very exciting. Yeah, we just got 1 minute left. Did I miss anything? Because there's so much going on with First Nordic. I love it.
I mean, in the short term, what's interesting is I talked about preparation for these projects before they drill is in the Nordics, a lot of stuff is covered with glacial till. So you have to do this, what we call base of till drilling. It's percussion drilling. Go through the till, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5 meters, sometimes 10 meters, into the bedrock and sample from there.
Yeah.
And it's been proven a very effective way for finding drill targets. Like Rupert did it at their discovery. Barsley did it. A lot of operators in the Nordics, that's what they do. So we're gonna have results from 4 different assets in the next 4 to 6 weeks coming out. It's gonna be super newsy in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So
Yeah,
pretty
that's
excited.
great. Multiple catalysts coming for this company here in 2025. I own the stock. We recommend it in Paydirt Prospector. I'm actively buying it. I would recommend the same to you if you like this story like I do. So, Tosh, thanks for joining me, and thanks for watching here at the Metals Investor Forum.